Hello, hello. I am getting ready for a puja and I just realized I haven't done I haven't done a get ready with me video ever on YouTube. I think so. I've never done a get ready with me on YouTube. I'm more focused on reels when I'm getting ready, and I thought it's time. It's going to be 5 years that I've been on YouTube and I've never done a get ready with me, and that's crazy for me to think about. So here we are. I am getting ready for Satyanarayan ki puja. It is a puja in one of my friend's place, so I thought let's get ready on camera. I had a bath, my hair is wet, I'm gonna set my hair, I'll show that as well. But I've done my skincare. It's been almost 30 minutes that I've done my skincare. I at least give 10 to 15 minutes for my skincare to sink into my skin and then work its wonders. And I love this primer. This is the gripping primer from e.l.f. and the pink one is the one with niacinamide in it, and I love this. And this is just one pump is all that I take. Let me switch on my mirror. I have my mirror here, and I just dab it all over my face a little bit. Mainly I focus on the T-zone area because I have oily combination skin, and that is where my makeup tends to slip away. So this is a gripping primer, and the foundation that I'm going to use has really good ingredients that does not emphasize my pores and tends to give me a very smooth skin. So that is why I'm just using a gripping primer. So if I'm using a foundation that does not smooth my pores and smooths out my skin, then I use a pore filling primer, especially over here, and this area. So after primer, I color correct. I don't color correct every day. I go to work, I want to be a little bit more natural. I don't color correct. But if it's like a function, a puja, I know there's going to be a lot of pictures, so I like to color correct. And you can see how little I am using. If you want me to do a separate video on color correction, just let me know. You can see I'm applying very less amount. I know people, they use in huge quantities, but there is a separate technique. If I tell you about it, it's going to take a very long time. So I think I'm going to do a separate video on how to color correct and conceal. So that's coming soon. A beauty blender is my best friend because I feel a beauty blender gives me a little bit more natural coverage. I know with a brush you can get more coverage, but I don't like the finish that a brush gives me, or maybe I don't like the feel that I get when I use a brush under my eyes, because I feel the skin under your eyes is the most delicate area on your face. So I don't like to use a brush because you can see me, I go harsh. So a beauty blender for me is the best friend because it gives me the softest dab. So now that you can already see a lot of difference under my eyes, I had to drop something. Next I am going with the Lawless filter. It's Forget the Filter Skin Plumping Line Smoothing Foundation. This actually really smooths my skin very well. I love the way it looks on my skin because it not only I've taken just one pump. If we want, we can take more. So this not only smooths out my skin and gives me such a blurred finish, it also lasts long on my skin. And with this e.l.f. gripping primer, it lasts all day long. I love this foundation. It also gives me this glow. So that's what I was telling earlier. So it not only blurs out my skin and gives me a very smooth finish, it also lasts longer, and it also gives me the beautiful natural glow along with the pigmentation. It is almost a full coverage foundation. I do just one layer because it still covers up a lot of my scars, but if you have really dark scars on your skin, you can just add one more layer and it'll give you full coverage. This is my favorite foundation brush, and see, I took one pump and I still have half of the pump left, and that is how much foundation I used. And look at the coverage and the glow it is giving me. I have a full review on this foundation. I'll link it down in the description box below for you. This is a beautiful foundation. For concealer, I'm going with a Tower 28 concealer. One, because this is one of the concealers that I have with a little bit lighter tone so that it gives me a brightening effect. For an everyday wear, I don't go this light. it is some sort of a special occasion, and that is why I am going with a lighter under eye. And that is one of the reasons why I also did the color correction, because when you go with a concealer that is very much matching to your skin tone, you can get away with the color corrector because it doesn't look that bad. But if you go with a concealer that is little lighter than your normal skin tone, this lighter, then it's very important to use a corrector, because your dark circles will definitely peek through no matter how full coverage concealer you're wearing, because this is a full coverage concealer, but still it will look dark. Your under eye will look like a raccoon eye, trust me. So if you're wearing a very light concealer, definitely go with a color corrector if you have dark circles. If you don't have dark circles, you're already blessed. Good for you. Again, I only blend it with a damp beauty sponge. See now how it doesn't look very cakey or heavy, because I've used a very little amount. Did you see how much I used? So I'm not using like everybody use that triangular shape or everything. I just use it, and I use it below my under eyes over here. I don't even use it right under the creases, because I don't want too much concealer under the crease, because again it will crease. The lines will, it'll get stuck in between the lines. So I use it very close to my nose over here, because this is where I want that brightening effect. And after blending it here, the excess that I have, that I take it into the corner of the eye, and then I blend it out. So that is what gives you this natural finish. There are a lot of people that highlight their chin as well. I have oily combination skin, so I'm not going to do that. So next, because I'm not going with any other cream products for the day, I am going to set my under eye, and my tried, tested, trusted Huda Beauty is always the best option for me. So I take it in the brush, and then I dab it on the cap so that it takes off the excess and the brush is completely blended. And again, I don't go directly under my eye. I start from here and then go under the eye. So even if it has excess powder, it will be over here, because I use more powder near my smile lines so that it doesn't crease, and then I take it under the eye. Remember, under the eye, use as less products as possible, because it's one, it's very delicate, and two, it'll crease very easily. I am going to set my entire face with this very lightly. I'm going with a brush, so I'm always dabbing the product, taking off the excess, and then using it on my skin. So after this one step that I do makes a hell of a difference. I use the damp beauty sponge, it's very damp, and now I just press it all over my face, because I've set it with powder, and now I feel this step makes a really big difference. So normally you can use a setting spray and do this, but I am okay. Today I'm not going to do that. So I'm just pressing my damp sponge over here, and then I'm going to go with the next steps. I have darker eyelids, so I tend to normally don't wear eyeshadow. I feel that gives me a more natural, graceful look. But today, because for the sake of the video, I am going to use my bronzer as my eyeshadow, which is the best way you can do it. So first, I'm going to take my Kohl pencil, and I'm going to use it one in my waterline, tight line, and now I'm going to use it slightly. You need not be very clean or neat about this, because we're anyway going to blend it out. So from this corner, I leave the extreme end, but from the 1/4 portion, I draw a little bit. I don't take it out of the eyelid. I don't want a cat eye. And I take like a pencil brush, and I blend it out. I don't blend too much. I don't blend it out too much, because I want it to sit just on the eyeliner area, but like a very smoky, smudgy eyeliner, not a very neat and delicate eyeliner. So if you want, you can leave it right here, but what I am going to do is, I'm going to take the bronzer that I use. I'm going to take a crease brush and just use it all over my eyelid. So though you haven't put a lot of effort, it looks like you've put some effort here. that is it. That is as simple as we can do it. If you have hooded eyes, make sure you take it a little bit upper, because if you have hooded eyes, it'll look very weird if you put it just in on the inner part of your eyelid. So just take it a little bit upper your hood here until here, and that will look beautiful. Okay, so already see the difference between this and this eye. That makes a lot of difference. You can leave it the way it is, matte, which I feel I'm going to do today. But if you want to take it a notch higher, you can take any dark brown or a golden brown shimmery or glittery eyeshadow. Take a little bit on your finger and just tap it. Very, very little. It should have the slightest amount of product on your finger, and just dab it. And that is like, it's not there, but still it's there sort of glow on your eyelid. I love that glow, but today I'm just going to leave it matte. So now both the eyes are complete. I just did a little bit of mascara and my brows. Never forget your brows. Never ever forget your brows. It makes a huge difference because you're using a full face of makeup, and if you don't do your brows, if you have thick brows, don't do anything. Just take a Q-tip, wet the Q-tip. I just wet it with my saliva and run it through your brows so that it removes any foundation or powder that's been used. It removes that, and it would still highlight your brows a little bit better. But yes, your brows has to be done. So next, that my eyes and brows are done, next I'm going with bronzer. I was just doing my eyes and I thought I can still see a little bit of glimmer on my eyelids, and that is because I use the Giorgio Armani bronzer, and this has the glimmer in it. It has these pearlescent particles. I always get the question as how to place your bronzer and blush, and I feel just go from your ear to your nose. So take this position, and your brush also plays a very big role in it. So the best brush, I know you have to invest in this a little bit. You get it at Sephora. It is from Makeup by Mario. It is the F4 brush. I have like 5 of these brushes. I use this on my clients because it makes the job very, very effortless, very easy. So just place it over here where you want to do, and then just dab it. That is it. Do you see? And I haven't brought it down. And even if you get a little bit excess down, that is completely okay. I'll show you later how to correct it. But see, it comes this side, and that is it. And then take a little bit more bronzer and put it. I have a wider forehead, so I like to bronze my forehead as well. If you want, you can bring it over here, or you can blend it into your eyes. That is your choice, but I like to bring it over here. So again, we did use a concealer over here, so this place will be highlighted, and it will give you an illusion of a sort of contoured face, but also an illusion of you having a smaller forehead. So contouring and bronzing, I don't contour my face because I feel that I don't like that color, the gray color or the shadowy color of a contour. But even a bronzer, for me, it does the same thing because I feel it chisels my face anyway. So I just go with the bronzer and doing the same thing the other side. So do you automatically see how this area looks? You have the glow or the brightness over here, and you have the chisel of your face right here. And if you have a double chin, you can use a little bit of bronzer just under your jawline, a little bit. So I didn't take any bronzer extra, it's just the leftover on the brush that I use here, and then you can bring it down a little bit, and that is it. I like to use my highlighter before my blush. I'm using the Fenty. If I don't mention the products that I'm using, it will be mentioned in the description box below. And because I have texture, I don't use a lot of highlighter, but I still like highlighter, so I want to use it. And I use it just on the cheekbone. Where you have the cheekbone, I just want to emphasize that, and that is it. That is it. I know a lot of people use it on the entire cheek. I don't like that. I just like that elevation of my cheekbone and a glowy look, an illusion that I have glass skin, and the excess that I have again on the high points over here, like where my skull bone is, And then my favorite part is, I like, for this I use my finger. I take a little bit of my finger and on the tip of my nose. So that gives me the illusion of a longer straight nose. So even if you have a broader nose like me, this gives an illusion of a longer nose. Oh my god, I'm talking so much. I feel this is going to be a very, very long video. I'm gonna wear a pink sari. So I like a plummy shade. A plummy shade is the only pink shade I feel suits my skin tone. So again, the Makeup by Mario brush, you can see I've used this brush a lot of times, and I've used this only for the pink shades, and hence I have different brushes, 5 Makeup by Mario brushes. I've taken the blush, I dab the excess on my hand and then go. So now you can see how the bronzer, the blush and the highlighter are blending with each other. Okay, so now that it's done, again, the Beauty Blender, and I just, it's like I'm blending my concealer again. I just do this and then a little bit down over here as well. Same on the other side. If you still feel that your blush is too much, you can go with a little bit of powder, ever so little, a little bit. I just feel that it's come a little bit too much to the center, so I'm going to use it here and brighten this part. Again, you remember we did all the effort to brighten this area. I don't want the blush to take it away, so I am bringing back the brightness with a little bit powder into the center. So this is my full face done. I normally set my entire face with a setting spray before I do my mascara, but today I haven't, and I'm gonna do it now. I'm using sort of a rosewood color lip liner because, as I told you, I am wearing a pink sari. So just to tone it down, I'm gonna wear a mauve color lipstick. So this is from L'Oreal Paris. I'll figure out the shade and I'll put it in the description box below. But I love this formulation. If you feel your face is very dull and you want your face to feel energized or brighter, always use a little brighter color lipstick, and that would automatically brighten your entire face. So this is the makeup done. So let me get ready and I'll show you the final look. And this is the finished look. I don't know if I have the handle or the name of the shop that I bought this for. I recently bought it, but they didn't give me a card, and it was like an open vendor. But this sari, I definitely know I got it from Haima Saris. She is on Instagram. I will tag her in the description box below. But yeah, she does stitching and she ships it to US, and she has a beautiful silk sari collection. So yeah, this is the final look and I'm loving it. Let me know how you like this look. Let me know if you like this format. If you want me to show more get ready with me, or if you want me to just teach you how to do concealer, how to do a foundation, just basic baby steps, and if you want a long-lasting foundation routine as well, just let me know whatever you want. I think I'm loving this format and I might do this more. So yeah, first comment and let me know how you liked this video. Please like, share, subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for watching till the end. If you like this video, please make sure to hit the like button and also subscribe my channel to everyone. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all in my next video. Bye.